I came down with my symptoms for Lyme disease in 1992. I had a lot of trauma in my life with a few deaths and different things happening to me. And I believe the Lyme was in my system since I was 6 years old when I had a tick on me, and many ticks on me after that. But I believe because of the trauma, my immune system failed, and thus the Lyme got to take over enough to cause the symptoms. The first symptom I got was the telltale odd flu that wouldn't go away, and it made me very sick. And after a while, a friend of mine says, "I think you have Lyme." She has Lyme disease, and she was suffering with it a couple of years before I came down with my symptoms. And so she thankfully sent me to her doctor, sent me to places to make myself better and get proper medicine and treat my symptoms. And I went through probably 3 years of severe difficulties and struggle and illness. And I ended up in bed for many months. I had to stop all exercise. I went from kickboxing down to Zumba, then to running, then to walking, then to nothing. Along with that, I had to take some pretty severe antibiotics, and in the beginning I had to build up my immune system, so a lot of vitamins and a lot of holistic things, medicine to help me detox. I felt like I lost my life, and I'd say I lost my life for about 2 years. And it was super, super, super hard on my children. They were young, and not having a mom to do all the things that she used to do was very scary. And so in my time of real sickness, and I was taking so much medicine, I watched other friends go through the same thing, and I was so scared and concerned for them because I didn't want them to go through the route that I was going through. Something needed to be done, and I felt it was up to me because I didn't really share all my struggle publicly. So what hit me, the first thing that really hit me was when you're so sick, you're not your own advocate. You just can't. You're too weak to do that. And when you're so sick, the last thing you can do, like I said, is organize your own treatment and advocate for yourself. So the first thing I wanted to change was creating a place, a private venue for doctors to be able to communicate together about a patient that they are both treating. I couldn't get my two doctors, my old one and my new one, to communicate with each other. They said it was up to me, and it was so very hard, and I thought it was such a sad situation. Any other disease that's recognized in medical institutions, they have grand rounds, they have brainstorming meetings. The neurologist talks with the cardiologist if necessary. So that was the first thing I wanted to do, is to create a private clinic where all the doctors, holistic medicine specialists, therapists, everybody could convene in one place and discuss their patients. The real catalyst to my urgent need for a change was when I went to the pharmacy to get to buy Mepron. For 21 days, it costed $1,000. And so it still makes me almost cry because I was shocked at the price, and I knew I had to have this medicine, so I paid for it. And then I was shocked at the thought that I am so lucky that I can afford to pay for this medicine. And I thought to myself, in line behind me might be somebody that also has Lyme, and they would come up and need Mepron, and they would say, no, I can't afford it. And so they wouldn't have that, and they would continue to get sicker. So Bonnie and I, we have research backgrounds, biology backgrounds. It turns out everybody in our group actually has touched on biology during their education at one point or another. Anyway, we decided that we need to beat this bacteria. We need to understand it and find a cure and a better diagnosis, because so many people that most likely have Lyme don't even know it, because the tests, they're not accurate, very accurate. So Bonnie and I decided we're going to put a foundation together. We're going to put some sort of corpus together where we can get money in place and create grants, maybe start a clinic, who knows. And so we decided that we talked to friends and co-workers and people from the past that we knew, that we had connections with, that had started organizations to help cure diseases or treat diseases or create awareness for diseases, and discussed how best to make the best impact. And we discovered through various discussions and meetings with others that to have the best impact, you really have to focus down, pinpoint focus to one thing. And so we reviewed all of the needs that we wanted to supply answers to, all the questions, and we came down to, what do we really want? We need to find a cure for Lyme. We want to have a way to treat long-term or late-stage Lyme, chronic Lyme, however you want to say it. We want to have a way to stop that suffering and to find a cure so we can eradicate this situation. And so that's what we did. So we created this organization so we can fund research to find a cure. And then, of course, as you know, we also want to find a cure, you have to have a way to accurately diagnose what the disease is in the first place. So we started to just create a foundation, a private foundation, because that's what I'm used to. I've been involved with private foundations since my early adulthood. So I got some help from foundation office that I'm involved with. And then at one point, Bonnie and I realized that to keep this organization sustainable, we need to make it a public organization. So for 9 months, Bonnie and I struggled with the IRS, creating a public organization, which neither of us have ever done before. So we got a lot of lawyer help, all people that we knew that, did things for free or huge discounts. And we came up with the Bay Area Lyme Foundation, and we started with a lot of seed money, a lot of which I put in because that was my part at that table when all of us were saying what part we can do to make this change and make this force happen. That was my part. Bonnie and I and the rest of the founders, they continued with their struggles and their journeys, and we all got to the same point, I think, as we tried very hard to start our first function, which was our first Lyme Aid, with Daryl Hall and Sherry Kagan. Worked so very, very hard, and just the founders were working like crazy. And thanks to this organization, I certainly have felt empowered, and being able to find something and create something and feel something positive and good about such a miserable experience, beyond a miserable experience, a negative experience. It's so traumatic and scary. To find something positive, that you can do something about it, makes it first that you feel somewhat in control of your future, but also just removes so much stress. My hopes for our organization is to make Lyme disease, the knowledge and understanding, to be commonplace. Make Lyme disease treatable, curable, and that's what I hope for this organization. And we are doing so many things to make that happen. Go to our website. You can see the research work we're doing, events we're doing. You can donate, you can volunteer. There's so many ways people in every walk of life can help out with this disease. I think everybody knows somebody with Lyme. If they don't even, they might even have it themselves, and that's unacceptable. So go on our website, see what we're about, and see how you can help. Thank you.